We've got sleep training this week.
We do. And I have to say, as a non parent, I did not realize what an emotional and complicated topic this was.
Yes, I am very excited for it. There is this culture of sleep deprivation amongst parents, amongst young parents, and you want to ask the people that are going through it now how it's going, and you want them to tell you how hard and painful it is to validate your experience and to welcome them into some club of like years
Yeah.
of sleep deprivation. So
Agony.
I think, yeah, and it's just a ritual. You call the
Yeah.
baby adorable or cute, you use those two adjectives, and you ask about sleep.
That's the
That
one two
is the
punch.
ritual. Yeah, that's the ritual we have. But I think the interesting question for me is, does it have to be that way? There is this technique that exists, and it can, for almost all people, remove the sleep deprivation, can put in place normal sleep routines for the adults and for the kid. And the question really is, at what cost? Right?
Yeah.
What is it like? What That's the interesting question. And is it a cost that you want to pay as a
That's
parent?
right.
And
You really push on like the cost to the baby, the cost to the family. What's the right decision for this unit? Like it is complicated.
it is, it really is. And I think for me, it's, to your point, there's so many different vectors by which you to make your decision. There's what is best for the child versus the family unit, and how do you weigh those? What is the near term cost to the crying and the stress from the crying versus the long term effects? You sort of layer on top of that all of the sort of unknowns when it comes to child development, and the fact that we can't, as you will learn, you can't really do studies with kids in their cribs and how
Yeah.
and tracking their sleep, so that the data is not conclusive. And there actually is a fair amount of consensus in this episode around what we know and what we don't. So yeah, I think it explores this issue in all of its high stakes
Yes.
complexity, for sure. It was a really fun one and a tough one for me.
Yeah. It was great to listen to. I'm really curious to hear what listeners think. So please listen, let us know your thoughts, especially the parents out there who have lived through this or who are contemplating it. I would love to get your feedback.